right, now that the basics are out of the way, I figure we can move a little faster and actually start writing a song. I'm not expecting it to be a great song, but it will be a song. It will be music, but it doesn't have to be good. The whole purpose is to just make something, figure out the software, and move forward in your journey. So if you want, follow along exactly, or the other alternative is to follow along with the concepts and choose your own chords or patterns or what have you. I'm not sure what I'm making yet. This will be a surprise to everyone. So with that, right after you start a project, you should immediately save it, because when you're starting a project, you're just telling it where you want it to potentially save, but you're not actually saving it yet. So you should definitely save where you told it to initially go and give it a name. And then there's also something that's important before we get to the music. I know it'll be fun. Autosave. Really important. At least I think it is. So, okay, with the help of Google, I found where it is. Suppose I should show this. Edit, Preferences, General, Autosave. You're gonna want to make sure that is turned on. You choose a minute, or how often you want it to save. I have mine set to 10 minutes, which could mean that if I was working for 9.5 minutes and my program failed or the power went off, I'd lose that 9.5 minutes. So you might want to make it shorter. It's kind of just up to your personal preference. 10 minutes seems like okay to me. You might want to make it 5 or 3. It's kind of up to you. And then this is how many backups it saves. So that would save 200 minutes of backups, which sometimes you need to go back a few if stuff breaks. So it's good to have more than just one. 20 might be overkill, but I like to have my options. So there's that. Okay, let's write. Let's do something. Click Z to make that small again, and I'm actually gonna get rid of that. And I'm gonna just pull up some sounds. So, oh yeah, right click, add instrument. I'm gonna do, what's the free Hallian? I don't know what that is yet, so I'm not going to give it a name. So it's just marked as Hallian Sonic. I can change that later, by the way. If you just double click in the box, you can type it. Anyways, let's look at this stuff. I know that this is a library of a lot of different things. This Verve is a new felt piano that sounds really nice. I know there's a bunch of synths in here, maybe even some choirs and stuff. If you go to all, you can search. You can search by category. Like if I wanted piano. Anyways, what I want to look at though is, oh, by the way, if you click this, it brings you back to this main program list. I'm going to choose this Verb thing, and let's try, this is going to be like a mix of piano and some effects they've added. So let's just see what it gives us. Interesting. song am I making? I don't even have a genre in mind. I'm just gonna write. So you can see the notes I'm playing. I actually really liked that sound. So you can kind of see those notes. I'm gonna lay that down. Let's choose a tempo. It's a little faster than I was just playing. Let's try 110, or not 11. So yeah, this is the tempo. Just type it in. I like that. So I'm going to click record. It's the numpad star. I don't know what I'm going to keep it at. Sometimes you just keep playing. I didn't know what chords I was playing in that situation. I feel like this could be cool with, well, we'll see. We'll see. By the way, let's use one of our hotkeys, Alt, and what is that called? Slash? Alt slash? It shows those things I was talking about in another video. We had velocity already showing, but it brought up the sustain pedal, which I'm using. And it shows when it's on and when I let go of it, and then when I push it back on. So I'm kind of leaving the sustain on for the whole time I'm playing a certain chord. Yeah. Let's quantize that a bit, because I know it wasn't perfect. I'm actually going to turn this down to like 70% strength, because I want it to still be human. And eighth notes is fine, because that's what I played. Okay. I just turned off the metronome with C while it was playing. So I want that note to go down. That's kind of a cool chord, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if I'm going to keep any of this, but for the sake of a tutorial, we will. Let's just add drums. I don't know if this lends to something like drums. I'm going to try a slow drum beat. Like I said, I didn't expect this to be great, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't play a very good time. I'm gonna quantize it 8th. Hopefully it works. Oh, by the way, right now I'm only hearing drums. It's because I'm soloing this editor. If I exit the editor, I hear everything. You can turn that on or off. So. You notice how that snare hit was really soft? Control Shift, turn it up. And actually, I'm going to turn the whole thing down a little bit. So I'm going to introduce you to Reverb right now and how to add that. First, I'm going to bring that back, and then Shift H makes them both bigger. I want to add reverb on my drums. Here's how I add effects. F3 opens our mixer. I'm going to do an insert on the drums. And I want reverb. Now, the reverb that comes, I think Revelation is one of them. Let's try that. So right now, it's this is the most important thing that you're going to see in most plugins. It's at 100% mix, which means there's no original sound left. It's only the reverb. And in this case, since I'm adding reverb directly to the track, we want to turn that down so that it's at least half and half. That's actually kind of cool. Normally, I'm not a fan of reverb on drums, but for something like this song, kind of cool. The other things we can look at are the size, which it's already at the max for this room. So if we wanted to change it from a hall, wow, so that adds a lot. I'm gonna go about 60. It's good enough for now. F3 to close that. Actually, it's too much for me. So here's what I'm gonna do. Change the mix to about 25%. That works for now. Actually, in this case, it might be cool to add a delay. I'm not sure what comes. I think this is Steinberg. Okay. Stereo delay. I changed my mind. I want a mono delay. So since this is synced, the tempo, it delays according to whatever you give it. So that's going to be a half note, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, which is what I want. I'm just going to turn the mix down and maybe the feedback up. It's hitting too hard, which might mean that I want some filter on it. wonder what happens if I put the reverb after by dragging and dropping. So feedback is how many times it repeats itself. The mix is how, same thing as the reverb, how much of the original sound is hitting and how much is the delayed. So at feedback at 100% keeps going. So that's kind of cool. I am going to, I would normally do some other things to change the quality of the sound, but we don't have, that's a little beyond this video. So good enough. Good enough is me. Let's add a bass. A sample. Oh, by the way, I just clicked up here, add track. You can do it there, or you can right click. Let's do it there this time. Instrument, we want, Hallian Sonic has synths, but so does Retrolog. Yeah, so this is a synth that comes with Cubase. I'm just going to go up here, click on this box. I'm going to, oh, looks like it. I've already looked into searching bass. If it didn't, it would look like this, but I want bass. And nope. So right now I'm just going to do what is a great thing. I'm just going to search through presets because learning synths is also beyond the scope of this video. Hopefully I can touch on that later, but for now, nope. Let's see here. Let's see what's gonna work. Big body bass. No, I need something that's sustained. So this is kind of the drawback of just searching through presets. You gotta just search till you find something you like. And it looks like it's not keeping just bass when I'm just going through them. It's just doing. It's not bad, but it dies. That could work. It's a little heavy, so I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with these, but what I will do is show you. If you click this E button, it edits the channel settings. That's got some plugins built right into the channel. I'm gonna use this EQ, and I'm gonna. What am I doing? I grabbed the wrong one. I'm gonna use this one. To just cut the high end out of the, excuse me, let me say that again. I'm using this EQ, which is basically a smart volume knob, and I'm just turning down the high end of the sound, and I'm leaving the low end in there. So hear the difference? And it's overall softer because I'm lowering it, but that's the sound I was hoping for. Shoot. Even though I screwed up, now is a perfect time to show you an awesome feature of Cubase called Retrospective Recording. So I wasn't recording there. This little box over here, if I click it and say insert, it was paying attention to what I played. Which is so cool, which means all I have to do now, instead of re-recording it, is go in there and fix it a little bit. I started late, so I just drag that to the front. Nice. And I went early there, so I'm just gonna drag it. So I moved that, and then I'm going to use one of my hotkeys. 4 turns into glue, makes it 1. I'm going to give this the good old quantize. Didn't like how that stopped playing, so I'm gonna quantize it again, bring that over. This is a monophonic bass, which means, or a synth, so that you can't have more than one note playing at a time. So even if I drag that, it stops playing as soon as the new note hits. So it doesn't really matter if they overlap. What would this sound like an octave below? Kind of loses what I need it to be. Okay, here's how you copy a note. I like the length of this note. I just want to Alt, click, and then I enlarged the part, which means it made this thing a little large, allowed it to go further. So I'm going to come out here and drag that out. I don't know if I'm keeping this. I mean, we kind of don't have time to not to. So that was a disaster, but often I just fix it. That's what I hear next. I guess sometimes when I'm like not wanting to play and I just want to finish a line, I either copy the notes, or what you can do is 8 and draw them in. This gives you the drawing tool, which you can also drag. And then essentially it can kind of repeat, which I will show you. Control D. Oh, that did not go where I was expecting it to. So we're not going to repeat. If I were doing this song for real, I would probably change a few chords, spend more time on a lot of different things. But this is, like I said, not meant to be perfect. It's just showing you the ropes and the process of what I do. this ended up sounding like a video game, which is cool. To me, the bass is a little louder than the piano. So I'm going to show you the ways you can adjust that. This is the volume for the channel you're on, right here. So you can move it there, or you can move it over here in the mixer. I don't like how that's hitting. I don't know why that's hitting soft, but I'm gonna give it a re-trigger. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. So that quick balance of the volumes, it's always better to drag volume down than to boost something up. So like the piano is quiet, but it's better to drag the other two down. And I just clicked right here because it had peaked before. I clicked here because it had peaked, and there, does the same thing. You can see where it's at, the meter value. Okay, so at this point, like you could add real instruments. We're not going to do that in this video. You could add guitar or vocals, or you could add a synth lead. You could add violin, kind of whatever you're feeling. But I consider this a first song using just MIDI. I think the next video I do or series I do will be more like a rock or a folk or a blues or something with live instruments, maybe guitar plugged in, or maybe vocals, or yeah, something that's a little bit more generally appreciated by the public. So yeah, I think that's everything for this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it was fun for you. I hope you could follow along. And yeah, it's an exciting thing to make your own music. I certainly enjoy it, and I hope that you do too. And I hope that this little series was valuable to you. It was fun for me to make. Again, if you want private help, I have a link in the description to set that up with me. And also there's that PDF I'll link down there with all the good shortcuts that you're going to want to start to memorize. So if you made it this far, thank you. I love that you made it this far, and I'm so proud of you. Not very many people can get through long form content these days, so good on you. Yeah, hope to see you around in the next videos. All right, see ya.